Alright, so this is a Chikanda sandwich with avocado and chili oil. So this is actually my second attempt at making this sandwich. The first time around I was too lazy and I ended up buying pre-ground Chikanda, which turned out to be the fake stuff. So now I'm back in Soweto market and this time around we're doing it the right way. So I get to the Chikanda stand and I'm welcomed by this lovely lady. On the table she has both dry and fresh portions of Chikanda. She spends about a minute trying to convince me to get the dry kind, which is almost 3 times the price of the fresh. Eventually I give in and get the dry and she soon gets started with the process. Chikanda tubers and they're usually rigged with soil, so they require a very thorough rinsing. After rinsing, she feeds the dried tubers into a milling machine. The process takes a little while, so I decide to sit down and get comfortable. After around 15 to 20 minutes, it is ready and this is how it looks like. I quickly get home and do a side-by-side comparison. The one on the left is the one I just bought and the one on the right is the fake one. Let's get cooking. So about 6 cups of water simmering in a pot. I slowly add 2.5 cups of pounded groundnuts. I stir it around for about 15 minutes before adding in 3/4 of a cup of the Chikanda powder. I gradually add it to avoid it clumping up. I stir the paste around, making sure the Chikanda is mixed in nice and proper. The main difference between the real and fake stuff is, while real Chikanda will start to harden pretty quickly at this point, the fake Chikanda remains a loose paste throughout. Once it's all incorporated, I add a teaspoon of soda. I stir it around a little bit before adding in 2 teaspoons of salt and a teaspoon of chili powder. I continuously tiakula the Chikanda and shimmer style as it becomes harder by the second. I decide to add a bit more salt and soda. It's important to taste the Chikanda a couple of times so you can adjust the salt, soda and chili levels if need be. Now I didn't get it on camera, but I tossed in half a diced onion as well. I continued to tiakula the Chikanda for about an hour, only taking 2-minute breaks between every tiaku session. You know the Chikanda is ready when it feels like your arm is about to fall off, or when the Chikanda doesn't stick to the cooking stick once you scoop it up. I mold the Chikanda into a dome using a cooking stick. I continuously dip it in water to avoid it sticking to the Chikanda. To get that classic brown color on the surface, I add lit charcoal on the lid of the pot. You can also toss it in the oven, no problem. So after 30 minutes, this is how it looks. As the Chikanda cools down, I make this quick chili oil. To a small bowl, I add 2 tablespoons of chili flakes, a teaspoon of paprika for some color, a teaspoon of chili powder for added heat, a teaspoon of salt. Soy sauce is a better option, but I don't have any. Half a teaspoon of MSG, which you can substitute with aromat, and mix that nice and proper. I then add half a cup of cooking oil to a pan and set it to medium-low heat. I toss in a cinnamon stick, a bay leaf, and some chopped red onion. If you have it, you can go ahead and add some thinly sliced garlic and a piece of ginger. Once the onion is brown, I fish it out and transfer it to a paper towel and discard the cinnamon and bay leaf. I then go ahead and pour the hot oil directly over the aromatics. I stir it to mix, and once the oil cools down, I add the onions and crushed groundnuts. I give that a quick mix, and there you go, my variation of chili oil. When the Chikanda cools down, I give the pot a couple of smacks to loosen it up, and out comes the Chikanda. It's a pretty good color on the outside. I slice a piece off, and good color on the inside, and perfect texture too. To prepare it for the sandwich, I cut the Chikanda into rectangles, similar to the way you would steak for a sandwich. To plate, I spread mashed up avocado and a piece of toast. I add the Chikanda pieces and drizzle that chili oil all over the sandwich. This combo is truly delicious. The creamy avocado marries really well with the meaty Chikanda, and the flavorful chili oil ties it all together. My only regret is that I made the sandwich open face. I wish I closed it up so it would be easier to eat.